Okay, so let's start. It's already 9:04, so let other people join if they are willing to. So today, since yesterday we have studied certain algorithms, certain big algorithms, which is obviously new for you all. So today I'm not going to bother you. Okay, we won't get into all those algorithms or any concept stuff. Today, what I'll do is I'll means when I'll assign you project, you have to do it within three months, right? I'll give you 3 months of time to do. So what are the things you will do? How you will do the research before you get into the project? And what are the things you need to know before getting into that project and all the things? I'll discuss that today. Basically, how should you research? How should you approach your project? And then what are the steps you need to ensure so that whatever project you make, at the end, the project is actually fruitful or you have some benefit regarding after doing that project. Okay, so I'll list down certain steps. This may be the most important class. Okay, if people are missing, then it's their responsibility. Okay, so all those who are here, I just request you all to listen very carefully to what I will say. There is no concept or anything today which we need to learn. Today, I'll just focus on how you should approach things when a problem statement or when a project or when anything is given to you. Okay, so let me present my screen. Okay, is my screen visible? Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, so what we till now, what all things we have learnt about the basic machine learning terminologies. Okay, and then what we learned how you should clean the data, how you should pre-process the data, how you should normalize the data, which is called as feature engineering. So whoever will ask you from today that the whole process which is involved in making your data comprehensive, in making your data set comprehensive before you feed that same data to any model. Okay, so what is that process called before you actually feed the data to the model? That is called as feature engineering. Okay, what feature engineering does? Feature engineering enables you to have a clean data set which is free from any outliers. Okay, free from any missing data, free from any uh, anything unrealistic data or something like that. Feature engineering is are certain steps in feature engineering. There are certain steps which we have discussed in the first session, as I showed you a data set, and then I told you what are the things you need to do so that you have a perfect data set before entering into or before doing any machine learning tasks. Okay, so we have discussed that. Then we have discussed about the three types of learnings in brief, what that is: supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, as well as reinforcement. I will give you a basic idea when we will be doing unsupervised learning. Along with that only, I will brief you about reinforcement learning. Okay. Then next thing which we have to do are, I think I'll teach you some basics of image processing. That is mainly deep learning. Okay. I'll teach you certain basics of deep learning that we will do day after tomorrow. Tomorrow we will finish with unsupervised learning completely, the algorithms which are left. I'm giving you all a break just that you don't get confused about what, because we have learned certain algorithms yesterday, which everything was new to you, right? You have studied all these things for the first time. So what I expect from you is after this session ends, you should again go back and revise those things. Okay. You should revise those things. That's why I am giving a break today. I'm not going into any concepts, but I am directly jumping into the part which is required for your project thing. Okay, since I'll make it clear, your project will be either of 2 members, 3 members, or 4 members. Okay, 2 member projects, if I have assigned 2 member project, that means I have given a bit easier project to you. 3 member projects are in every project is from medium to difficult range only. Okay, I'm making difficult for you so that whatever project you make, after 3 months your resume will be strong. If you are willing to apply for any summer internships or any summer fellowships, that will be done during the time of April to June only, or that April to July time. You will apply everything during that time, since all the summer fellowships are open during that time only. So by March, okay, by March, or at max by mid of March, or at max by April beginning, your project should completely get over, okay, with a report. If your project is too good, okay, if your project is too good, if you have means genuinely achieved some good results and you have researched good, then we can go for publication. Okay, I'm making things very clear. First thing is, what is publication? I'll tell you all the things. Okay, just this is the roadmap which we are going to follow. I'm telling you, whatever projects I will give to you, those are direct problem statements of good hackathons. Okay, some are government hackathons which are organized throughout the year. I've searched through all those hackathons, and some are actually hackathons of either Walmart or Flipkart, those kind of hackathons. Whatever problem statements they are giving, if you can do a project on that, that will be very impactful. And once you complete these projects, any hackathon you go or any hackathon you participate in, most probably there is a good chance that you can win, because these projects are that much impactful. These won't go in vain. You may face certain difficulties in these 3 months, okay, because you are starting from scratch. If some people, if they have experience in doing projects, then that's very good. For the ones who are just starting from basic, I want you all to get into this trouble during these 3 months, so that you won't get into any trouble after some time, when it will matter to you during your fourth semester and fifth semester. Okay, since in fifth semester only in our colleges the internship session starts. For us it started, so most probably for the ones who are in second year, it's high time that you should start some certain projects from now only. And first years also, if you are involved from now only, you can get a massive edge when you reach the end of second year. So the things which we should be following is, I'll present my screen and I'll explain it through one of my projects itself. Okay, which I converted into a, means we applied for a publication, and we also means it is currently under publication process, and I have also got best paper award for this same thing. Okay, so I will directly go on explaining that, so that you get a complete idea, because I am sure that whatever work I have done in that certain project, it was impactful. That's why I got the best paper. Else I wouldn't have got. So I have other 3-4 projects also which are currently under publication process, but I will go in that only, so that you have a clear idea what are the things you should do and how you should approach. Okay, so let me present my screen. Yeah. So can you all see this? Can you all see this? Yeah, accessible. Okay, okay. You can see this, right? So my problem statement, what my problem statement was, I had to do a project, okay, where I had to employ certain algorithms to detect Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so this particular thing, okay, detection of Alzheimer's disease, many of them have done in world. You are not the first one who is doing this. Okay, I was not the first one who I am doing this. Many of the researchers or the students of universities or colleges or whoever is involved in this process, some or the other one has definitely done this project, done something research about this, and this is already existing. It's not that I am the first one who is doing this, but still, how can you achieve certain impactful thing in your project? Because nothing is new, right? You know about Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease has no cure. Okay, till now there is no cure found for this particular disease. We know this thing. Okay, so what is the next thing which comes to my mind? When I got the problem statement, I thought that, okay, I have a problem statement which is related to medical imaging. This is basically called medical imaging. Since for Alzheimer's detection, what we will be doing is, we will be collecting a data set where we have MRI images, and then what we will do, we will employ certain algorithms, maybe deep learning or any algorithm, to get to know certain irregularities which are present in the MRI scan, which is not visible to human eye. because there may be certain, our brain is, if you will see the MRI scans, okay, everything is not visible to our eye, right? Everything is not visible to our eye. There may be very subtle changes, very minor changes which may not be visible to us, but machine can train this. Because when we are feeding one image to machine, what it does is it converts that image into pixels. You know what are pixels, right? Pixels are the fundamental unit of an image. That is the smallest unit of an image. So what it does is it analyzes pixel by pixel. Not maybe like the doctors, maybe advanced doctors, they can see from their eye and they can tell something related to this, but machine can help in those areas where, in every area there are not 100% skilled doctors, right? Who can just see and tell that this patient is detected with Alzheimer's. There are many cases of Alzheimer's which is not detected in early ages, because of which it gets adverse in their older ages. Because of that, since it has no cure, and only the one thing which you can do to keep in check this disease is, you have to be good in your daily life. Okay, you have to maintain your lifestyle. You have to means have those good habits. You have to wake up early, you need to exercise a bit, and then your meals you should take at regular intervals of time. Means basically your lifestyle should be good. If your lifestyle is not good, if your lifestyle management is not good, this disease will go on just getting adverse. So first thing, when you are given a problem statement, what should you do? You should brainstorm that what is the thing given to me, what is my objective, and how should I get it. These are the three things. What is the problem statement given to me, what is my objective, and how should I achieve it. What is the motivation behind what you are doing. Okay, so let's say you are also given this particular problem statement. Okay, you are given a problem statement, Alzheimer's disease, you have to detect it. What you will do, first thing when you are doing a project, you have to research. You have to research what are the things which have been already done. Okay, if a thing is already done, again you are doing the same thing, why will I refer your project? It's a very straightforward and simple thing. If something is already present, why should I go for your thing? Because that thing is already present 10 years back. Again you are showing me the same thing. Why will I use that? 3G network was there 10-15 years back. Okay, you are again telling me that your phone is, means you have 3G connection in your phone. Why will I value your phone? Nowadays 5G is available. There is no need for me to get into your theory, right? I have 5G available. There is 400 500 Mbps of net available during, means today. Why will I go to 3G network? Okay, as simple as that. The world is getting advanced day by day. So if you have done a thing which is already present, no one will recognize you and it will have no impact. So the first thing which you should do is you should research that what are the things already present, what are the algorithms already applied on the same thing, and after, means extensive research, you can get to a conclusion that what you can do to achieve some better results than the existing things. Okay, by better results I mean, there may be, let's take a hypothesis. Okay, there is an algorithm called CNN, that is, in, means if I'll say the full form, convolutional neural network. It was applied to the MRI scans. Okay, it was applied to the MRI scans to detect how much probability a patient has to get detected with Alzheimer's, and how much probability the patient had to be not detected. Okay, you had two things. So a researcher X has already done this thing. Okay, he has got 95% accuracy. Okay, he has used CNN. So bettering the result can be in many ways. Okay, you can use a different data set also. Maybe he has used MRI scans. Okay, you can combine MRI scans with some biomarkers of the body. Okay, biomarker basically means the BP and all those things. Okay, you can combine those two things. Okay, that will be again a new data set. Maybe that researcher X who has already done this thing, he has done this only on the MRI scans. What you have done is you have used the MRI scans, but you have also taken into account other factors of the body. Okay, that is a new thing which you have introduced. So when you combine both the things, you try to detect Alzheimer's disease. Okay, you try to do, means build a model. That may be any model, any deep learning, machine learning model, whatever you want to employ. You may employ a model. You will get certain results. Okay, once you get certain results, what is the next thing you will do? Again, you will iterate back to the first thing. Okay, what has been already done is the thing. Whatever results you have achieved, you will compare it with the existing results. Is your result better? If it is not, then again what you will do, you will train your model again with certain changes in the parameters and hyperparameters. Again, you will go through the same process. You will refine the results. Okay, you will do this iteratively. Once you get the idea that in which way, in which direction you are going, if you are going in a wrong direction, okay, if there is some problem with your model is maybe overfitting or underfitting, or there is any problem associated with its data set imbalance or balance, you will again rectify those things. Okay, again you will get into the same thing iteratively. You will be doing the same thing. But before doing this whole process, before this iterative process, means you will be building a model, you will be feeding data. What is required? The thing required is research. Only based on research you can enter to a project. First thing is you are given a problem statement. The next thing which you should do after, when you receive your project problem statements, you have to do research. How you will do the research? That is, in research terms, it is known as literature review. Okay, or related works, you can say, if you can see here. Okay, related works or literature review. So since this is a conference proceedings paper, I have listed it down in a very brief manner. Okay, there are 10 to 15 citations here. I have listed in a very brief manner, but this is not the amount of research which I have done. Okay, for building a project, you should do 20 to 25 days of only research. Once you are aware of all the points, you know exactly what you need to do, then the process is simplified. Because building a model won't take you much time, but getting into that right approach of what you need to do will take more time, because that is the thing which you should figure out. Rest everything, all the means the models or maybe the packages, libraries, everything is present inside Python. You just need to call those things, and you need to test and try the models mainly based on the algorithms which you have studied, or the algorithms which you will explore more while you do research. Okay, there may be algorithms. Okay, because I am teaching you the basic things. Okay, you may get an algorithm which is an advanced version of GANs. GANs basically means generative adversarial networks. Okay, that is a thing which is concerned with deep learning. I'm not going into the details of this. I'm just telling you for a hypothetical situation. After doing a research, maybe you figured out a particular algorithm which was employed for detecting heart diseases. Okay, it has achieved a good result in that area. Okay, you want to apply this same algorithm to detect Alzheimer's disease. You can do, obviously you can do. You can first test and try it. Okay, if you get good results, if you're getting good results, you can continue with that. Else you have to research. You have to research until you get to that point that you are sure that this is the thing which will have certain social impact, or whenever a recruiter or anyone sees your project, he will means consider that yes, he has done something good. He has done something different which others have not done. He has done something novel. The whole world needs novelty from you. Wherever you go, maybe if you have been part of ECS, okay, or any projects which you have been part of, the one thing everyone will ask you is, what is the novelty in your project? If you have participated in any hackathons or whatever, the first thing they will ask is, what is the novelty? What new thing you have done? Which is already, if the thing is already present, there is no use if you're showing the same thing. What is the novelty in your thing? Second thing is, how optimized are your results? Third thing is, why you have done this thing. Okay, what is the motivation behind doing this thing? You could have done other things also. You could have done anything of your own will, but why you have done this particular thing? These are 3 to 4 basic things everyone will ask you wherever you go. So for tackling all these things, for tackling all the questions, you need to do research. And how you will do? Let's see. Okay, this is our problem statement. Okay, I'm copying it. You have got this problem statement. Next thing which you will do is, first basic thing is, you will Google. Okay, you will Google. You got these articles, right? You got this article from Nature. You got this article from, there are many articles, right? First of all, since you are starting now, try to read. Okay, try to read these things so that you get acquaintance with what these are. I am teaching you the things I have taught you, means the basic of ensemble learning. What is ensemble learning? That the thing we studied yesterday, that is random forest. Random forest is what? It is an ensemble technique. A collection of decision trees is known as random forest. Okay. When we consider a collection of decision trees, we try to improve our model. We try to improve the generalizability of our data set or the model. We use a random forest. So what is random forest? Random forest is an ensemble learning technique, which is a collection of decision trees. Similarly, you will get acquaintance with such words. Okay. You will get acquaintance with such words. Now, when someone asks you, there is a high chance that you won't know the difference between what is a model and what is algorithm. You may tell someone that I have employed this algorithm, I have employed this model. No, there are very minor technical differences between both the things. Algorithm is a certain thing you employ to data. When you employ this one algorithm to data, it forms a model. Okay, it forms a model. Data plus algorithm is equal to model. You cannot say that algorithm and model are equal. No, for different data, there are different algorithms. And when both get combined, you get a particular model. So there are very minor technical differences in all these things. When you read these articles, okay, when you get into that habit of reading articles and research papers, you will get to know those basic terminologies, basic, very technical details, which you should be aware of. Okay. Once you are aware of all the things, then what you will do, these are this Springer, okay, NIH, MDPI, what you can see. Okay, these under these publications are published. Okay, publications are done under these, means they are journals. Okay, these are journals. Under these journals, you publish certain research papers. If you have done any project during your 10th and 12th standard, you would have got certain PDFs, right, to write your contents or materials. Or if you now also, if you do something, you have to write any composition or anything. Now ChatGPT is present, you can easily do whatever stuff you want. But before, when ChatGPT was not present, what are the sources you referred to? Those were certain research papers, right? Okay, those were certain research papers. So those research papers, at that time, what you did, you just saw that you need the definition of this particular thing, you wrote that down, you just deleted that file. Now, what you need to do is you need to get into a habit of reading these things. Read one research paper per day. Okay, one research paper per day. How will you read a research paper? For example, you have downloaded this research paper. First thing, you will read the abstract part. Okay, first thing you will read the abstract part. When you, the abstract part of a research paper basically summarizes everything, whatever is done inside this. Okay, what methodology is employed and what are the results achieved. So when you will, for the first time, when you will see the abstract, you will know nothing, since you are not aware of all the algorithms. Do you know FRQI algorithm? It exists. You don't know, right? You're starting out. So when you will get to know what is this FRQI, flexible representation of quantum images algorithm, search in the net. What is FRQI? Get to know in which applications FRQI has been employed. Okay. Once you get to know all these things, note it down. Okay. Note it down. Keep things in a noted manner. Once you have done that, next thing which you should do is skip the introduction part. Okay. You no need to read the introduction part of a research paper when you're reading at first. First, try to get acquainted with certain things which will make you comfortable. If you go on reading a particular research paper from starting to end, what it will do is, it will be too lengthy. You will get bored. You will leave. Okay. You will leave. I know very well. If you know what is Alzheimer's disease, you no need to get into introduction again, because introduction will basically give you a brief insight of about the particular problem statement. If you already know what is Alzheimer's disease, you no need to get into this again. Okay, you can directly get into, skip the related works also. Okay, skip the related works also, because related works, if an author summarizes the related works, that means he says that this research has already been done. Okay, this research has already been done. There are certain advantages of these researches, and there are certain disadvantages of this research as well. Okay, so based on this research, I have done a new thing. So read my thing. He is trying to say that. So when you will initially, when you will try to read, try to skip these two parts. It's completely fine, because you're just starting out. You can skip these two parts. Read the abstract first, and then go to the proposed methodology. Okay. In proposed methodology, you will have certain diagrams and you will have certain things. First of all, when you will read, you will again get to know nothing. You will get blank. What is this? What is FRQI? What? I don't know anything. Certain things will come to your mind. Okay. The thing which you are using ChatGPT, okay, you are using ChatGPT for waste things. Means you are using ChatGPT for making things easier for you. Okay. Try to do ChatGPT for these things. What you will do is, you can select this whole thing, This whole methodology you can select. Okay, give it to ChatGPT. Ask it to summarize it in layman terms so that you get to know what is actually being done, and try to get to know about the same thing in as simple manner as possible. Because ChatGPT is good in these things. He can make a thing which you feed it in simplified manner, it can present you. But don't use ChatGPT for writing your articles. Okay, for if someone is giving you some tasks, don't use ChatGPT to just copy paste and finish the thing. That is not how it's done. If you will go to research paper publication, if you have done ChatGPT, first thing it will get rejected, because AI detection is one particular thing while you write a research paper. Second thing is your plagiarism check. Plagiarism is basically if you have copied the whole thing from internet or not. Your plagiarism always has to be under 20% or 15%, so as to get your paper accepted in a journal or any such thing. Okay, in reputed journals I am saying about. There are certain journals which directly take without checking any plagiarism or not. If you're publishing it under reputed journals, you need to have your plagiarism below 20%, and your content should not be AI generated. These are the two things. So try to build that habit of reading papers and writing things, so that you are good in, you get naturally good in these things, and you can write a research paper in a technical way. Okay, so this is these are the basic things. What you will do, you will take the whole thing of proposed methodology, give it to ChatGPT, ask it to explain it to you in layman terms. Once it explains to you in layman terms, note it down. Note down whatever you get to learn, note it down. There is no issue. You may learn nothing, you may understand nothing, but still note it down, and then start your research on those particular things, at where it is applied, how you can better the things related to it. For that research, I will suggest you certain AI tools which you can use to do your research thing. Okay, the one thing, if you now only you can actually install this. This is a Chrome extension called Skyspace. Okay, this is basically it is used for all those research things. You can see here Skyspace. It is a research platform. Basically, if you have my topic was early stage representation of quantum of Alzheimer's disease, right? I copy pasted it. Let's see if I search the things, what it will give me. Google Scholar is a particular Google Scholar has a collection of research papers around the world. Okay, so what it does is it collects all the research papers from all the sources. Okay, it gives you suggestion of top 5 papers based on your problem statement. What are the things, the top 5 things which are most cited, or which is most trending, or which is most impactful, it will give you. That may depend on the top 5 papers. If it is giving the recent results, it may give you recent top 5 results. It may give you top 5 results. It may give you anything. Okay, so what you will do is, here you can see there are 12 papers which it has given me. If you will click on this, okay, you will get this. You'll get these research papers. Okay, try to read one thing. Try to read one thing, one research paper, one day. Once you get into habit of reading research papers, okay, you will naturally develop that habit inside you. You will naturally develop that aptitude inside you, that what you should do, what is the next thing which you should do. Once you have read some 12, 14 research papers, things will get clearer to you. You will know what abstract basically means, what you should what are the persons expecting from you in the introduction section, what you should write in the related work section, how your proposed methodology should look, how your result and methodology section should look. Okay, how your future work and conclusion section should look, how you should cite the references. These are the things you will get clear. Okay, and along with that, you will also discover the methodologies you intend to employ in your problem statement. Like what I did is, if you see here, these are the things which are already employed in my project. Okay, someone has implemented a hybrid quantum classical neural network by utilizing variational quantum circuit. First of all, when you will see this, you will understand nothing. You don't know what is a variational quantum circuit. You don't know what is hybrid quantum classical network. You won't know anything. But once you get into this, okay, once you try to research on these things, you will start to get to know. When I did my first project, I also did not know anything, right? I also started from scratch. You are also starting from scratch. But I did not have all this guidance with me during that time. But I can suggest you now so that you have a streamlined process of what you should do. Okay. So as you go on exploring things, as you go on reading one articles, you will get to know and you will start exploring things that this thing is done in this paper, this thing is done in this paper. Okay. Here it will also give you the limitations of the things. Okay. It will also give you the limitations. Since see, this is the research paper, these are the insights from the research paper, this is the limitation which it has. Okay. The research utilized only a single modality of images which may limit the effectiveness of the proposed model. This is the limitation of this study. Okay. These are the contribution of this study. Okay. This is the contribution of the study. It proposed a hybrid method for early diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease that combines polar harmonic transforms for feature extraction and a self-adaptive differential evolution wavelet. This thing I got to know. What dataset it has used? It means the study has used ARDNI database. Okay. This also you got to know. So now you have information of what dataset this study has used, what contribution this study has made, and what are the limitations present in this study. Okay. Three things you have information with you. Similarly, you will go on searching for about 15, 17, 20, 30. As long as you want to explore, go on exploring. Take the maximum amount of time for researching things. Once you are done with this research, okay, once everything is figured out to you, once you know that these things are employed in this study, this thing is employed in this study, but there is a research gap in this. Okay. Maybe algorithm is applied for detecting heart disease, another algorithm is applied for detecting MRI disease. Okay. There is a gap in between this, right? You can also try to test this algorithm which was employed for heart diseases for brain diseases also, because at last the algorithm only deals with image processing. It is not meant for heart disease or it is not meant for brain disease. Both are meant for image processing only. It is that how good your feature extraction process is. Okay. How good you extract those certain patches or certain features inside your images, and how good you build your model to extract those things. That actually makes the difference, which makes your study impactful or something like that. So first thing which you should do after receiving a problem statement, you will research. How you will research? First of all, you will just refer Google. Refer Google Scholar. Okay. Google Scholar, if I can open and show you also. Google Scholar. This is Google Scholar. It provides all, means here also you can directly see. I will copy paste it. Again, I will get, you can see how many number of research papers I am getting. You can get all these research papers with you. Okay. Then again, what you need to do after doing the research, you got to know that these are the particular things you should focus on. Next thing which you will do is you will refer GitHub. The second important thing is you will refer GitHub. Okay. I will again copy paste it. I will just attach GitHub. What it will give me? It will give me codes, right? These are the codes of means there are certain codes, Python codes, or if someone has done programming in R or Rust, these are present in these repositories. Okay. Refer one repositories. Refer one repositories based on what methodologies you have tallied or whatever you have explored or figured out. Now go in GitHub and try to explore the implementations of all these things, right? How this particular thing is implemented in coding. Okay. So if I open this, let me open this. You can see here there is a called NLP. Their IPYNB file is there. This is Jupyter notebook file basically. Download this repository, run it in your VS Code. Okay. Run it in your VS Code. This is another important thing, because many of the ones who are just starting out in coding, there is a good chance that they may face difficulties. Initially their libraries won't install. Okay. They won't be able to install packages, or there may be some or the other things. Because you have started, for sure you will experience certain problems. Try to fix those small things first. Okay. When you will provide this statement now, if the means this package is already not installed in your Python, it will show you a yellow line. It will say that the package is not installed. Learn to install that package first. That is the first basic thing. Okay. If you have not installed already, install VS Code. Okay. Install the Python IDE. Okay, give that extension to VS Code so that you can use your Python in VS Code. Once everything is done, start doing the coding part. Download one repositories, try to run. When you will run, it won't run. You will face struggles. Face those struggles. Okay. My main motive is to let you face those struggles so that you get to know how you will overcome in all these things. You are still in early stages. You are still in your uh, between your third, fourth semester. You have lot of time. Okay. If you start doing these things from now on till sixth semester, you will get very clear ideas, you will get very comprehensive ideas, and you will get very clear in your aim of what you need to achieve or what you are striving to do in future. And you will not experience these small problems. Whatever you do, your work will be perfect. And if your work is perfect, some of the other people will for sure recognize you. Okay, whatever I have done this research, okay, this started as part of my fellowship which I have got. If the people who have attended the first session, if you have seen, I had done a particular fellowship at ISER Pune, right? In that ISER Pune, first of all, we had provided a particular proposal to them that we want to do research on Alzheimer's disease using quantum learning. Okay, you know that means since machine learning and AI has gotten so broader, some or the other person for sure he would have done, he or she would have done any work in this field. He or she would have used machine learning or deep learning. Our thought process was different. When we researched, we got to know that the application of quantum image processing techniques in this field was very less, or no, from no to means from yes to very negligible. Okay, so we had a broader scope there, that if we do research here and if we get some good results, there may be a greater chance that our research may be impactful. So then once it was reviewed by the fellowship authorities, we received, I think, the news by January that our proposal was selected for the fellowship. And once it was selected, then I started doing more research on this. Okay, only one file I have where I have done only a literature review. That may consist of 20 to 25 pages. I can show you that also. If I find that, I'll show you at last. Okay. Only thing which I did is I did only research for about 1.5 months. Once all the research was done, the next thing which I did is I noted down everything. I tried to understand what is happening actually. Means how these algorithms are applied, means what is the use of this algorithm if we employ, what mechanisms do these quantum technology, since it is a very new topic and it is not actually studied or taught in classrooms or any curriculums. I tried to discover the things. Okay, yeah, I saw some YouTube tutorials, I downloaded some GitHub repositories, I ran those codes. Once I ran those codes, I got to know more clearly that okay, this is how it functions, this is how the gates means revolve or rotate. I got clarity in my thoughts. Then I figured out what data set should I use for this particular purpose. For referring data set, you should always, first of all, you should refer to Kaggle. In Kaggle, you have all data sets present. Almost for every topic, you will get some or the other data sets. Okay. Almost for each and everything, you will get some or the other data sets in Kaggle. If you don't find there, try to find in GitHub. If you don't find there also, if you are doing some means, there are many open source data available in government sites. Okay, in private agencies also provide data, such as if you want to do some research based on air quality index, Government of India provides that data itself in their website. You can refer that. Or if you are doing, if as I did Alzheimer's disease research, so there are certain private agencies in US which provide open source data, but they need certain means applications from your side to give you that data. Okay, so there are many agencies, there are many uh, open source things where data is available to you. You should explore that. You should find out the data set which you will be using for your research or for your project. Okay, that data set is of utmost importance. If your data set is not good, if your data set is not comprehensively made, your research will fail miserably and you won't know anything about it. If you have not taken correct steps to ensure that your data set was good enough, you will face certain problems in between when you will be progressing to your project. Okay, first thing what you should do, research. Once you have figured out the research, in research you will get to know contribution, limitation, and dataset used of various studies. You have figured out what dataset you have to use, what methodologies you have to use, and what is your objective. you have figured out these three things. Once you figured out these three things, next is you have to get into Kaggle, GitHub, and all those things for two things. First, you have to collect data sets. Second thing, what you have to do is you have to download repositories, run in VS Code. Okay, run in VS Code. You will struggle in that part. I am saying you, it won't. The codes won't run because there are some libraries whose names have changed now. Okay, for example, I'm just giving you example. This is not real. I'm just giving example. For example, you know that there is a particular library pandas in Python. Okay, it may happen that after 2 days, the name pandas may change to panda. S may be S may be removed from that name. It happens to various libraries. If you see TensorFlow and OpenCV libraries, which are basically used for machine learning, there are many such libraries whose names have changed and they have depreciated it to some other names. So you will not be able to figure out those things at first initially. You will struggle in those things. Go and search in websites such as Stack Overflow, okay, Quora. You have various websites. Explore the things. Get into struggle. Once you get to know all these things, you get to know the minorities and the technicalities, you will get clearer about the things. Then your code will start to run. Once the code starts to run, you know how to run a code now. Okay. Now you get into GitHub for means exploring the particular methodology you want to employ. For example, you wanted to employ FRQI algorithm. Okay, go and search in GitHub. There will be some code of FRQI. Extract that code from there. Try to implement that code in your dataset. Firstly, you will get 30% accuracy or 40% accuracy. Okay, that is not means nowhere that result is good, right? 30-40% accuracy you will do is means what result? You are not detecting Alzheimer patient correctly anyways. So that is a waste of a result. What you will do then? You will get into those code. You will get into the parameters which are given to your model. You will try to train it again by changing something, changing some of the other things. You will while doing this, you will explore. For example, there are regularization techniques. For what regularization techniques are used? So that your model doesn't overfit. There are many regularization techniques again. One is early stopping, one is dropout. There are many such things. And under those things, there are L1, L2 regression. There are many such things are there. You will explore these things. Once you explore these things, you will again get to know their applications also. That where it is used, in which cases this is used, in which cases this is used. Once you get to know those knowledge, note it down again. Again, apply those things to your code. Okay, you can take help from ChatGPT for your coding parts initially. Since you are beginning, you won't get all the knowledge. You can take certain help from ChatGPT. Okay, only small parts. Don't ask ChatGPT to give you the whole code. Okay, it will give you wrong code. I'll tell you from now only. It will give you some wrong code, or it will give you some 99% accuracy. If you show me that, I'll know that you have generated it from ChatGPT. Very sure. I'll see the code and I'll get to know that this is generated from ChatGPT. I'll do that. This I will seriously implement. Okay, try to, because I'm giving you 3 months of time. If you just want to do ChatGPT and give me the result, I'll ask you to give me within 20 days. It's very easy, very easy. If you just give ChatGPT the thing, it will give you the whole code. I want you to struggle and implement these things so that you learn. Because now, if you as you are in either you are in second semester or you are in fourth semester, first years and second years, you have ample amount of time now. Once you are into third semesters, your schedule will go on getting hectic and hectic and hectic. You won't find time for these particular things. Okay, but time and again I am asking you and I'm requesting you, try to implement all the things by your own. If you need any help, I am there. You can ask me. Okay, co-lead will also be, I will disclose the name of co-lead in some other day. Okay, you can ask him also. Okay, we will tabulate and keep all the results. We will conduct sessions. If you want some doubt sessions, you have some doubts, I will clarify it to you. 10 to 15 days we can sit. For every 10-15 days I can clear your doubts, but try to implement on your own. If you are just doing ChatGPT, that won't help you. This session also won't help you. Okay, everything is waste if you're just doing ChatGPT for getting things done. Okay, so once you have figured out, after doing research, you have figured out, your data set is figured out, your methodology is figured out, your code is running now. Next thing which you will do is you will look into the results. What results you have achieved and what are the results which are already present in existing studies. Okay, we'll compare these things. will refine the results. Okay, that is the last thing. Once this complete process is done, your code part is completely ready, your methodology and everything is ready, you will start writing a report. Okay, you will start writing a report. If that report and your project is equally good, we can then go for publication. Publication is basically publishing your research thing, whatever you have researched. Okay, if that is getting published, that means you have done some good thing. A set of people nationally and internationally have recognized your work. That's why it is getting published. Else it won't get published, it will get rejected. Okay, so if you have certain publications, if some people are targeting for higher studies, or if you are targeting for any good companies, if you have certain publications in your resume, that will just make it strong. Okay, will just make your case strong, since that recruiter will directly know that if it is published, that means it is recognized by a set of industrial people. Okay, they only review the papers, right? After their means review is good, if they have accepted, then only your paper will publish, else your paper will not publish. So if when a recruiter sees that in your CV, he will know that you are a genuine case. Okay, your case is strong enough, you can do something good for the company, and your chances will also increase of getting accepted into a company. So one good publication can bring you many things, and one good project can also win you many hackathons. Only thing is you have to be diligent in whatever you do. Okay, that is the basic thing required from your side. So now let's get into my paper. What I have done, this is the abstract part. Okay, this is the introduction. There is a very brief, you should summarize it briefly, because the research papers limit is from 6 to 7 pages at max. When you're applying for conference proceedings paper, you should brief down the things at first. Okay, but the report which I am asking to you, that should be detailed enough. Okay, I am not giving you any barrier or margin that it should be within 30 pages or 20 pages. No, it should be detailed enough so that I understand from scratch. Being an unknown person, not aware of this particular thing, when I read your means document, I should understand each and everything from basic level to whatever results you have achieved. You have to write in that manner. Okay, so first you have in your abstract part, what you do, you list down the whole summary in a brief manner. Then you go with your introduction session. In introduction part, you briefly introduce your problem statement of means what is it and why you are doing. Okay, third thing is the related works. What are the literatures you have referred for doing this particular research? Okay, what are where the existing gaps you found out? For example, see, early identification of Alzheimer's disease has substantially improved by recent advances in neuroimaging and computational intelligence. Okay, machine learning frameworks, especially semi-supervised models that incorporate MRI biomarkers and cognitive measures, have demonstrated remarkable efficacy. After my research, I found out that MRI biomarkers and cognitive measures, these are the two things, okay, which have demonstrated remarkable efficiency in predicting of Alzheimer's disease. That was the one thing I noticed from my research. Okay. Second thing is, I have discovered that this is a deep Boltzmann machine. Okay, this is a particular model which was used for Alzheimer's prediction. Okay, these things I have summarized here. Okay, these things I have summarized here. What you will do when you will give me these things, you have to give me in a tabular form. Okay, you have to give me in a tabular form where you should. I'll show you how that table should look like also. Just wait some while. Once I finish with this, I'll show you that. Okay. Then the third section of your research paper is proposed methodology. Okay, what this proposed methodology will consist of? It will consist of your means what algorithm you will employ. Okay, what is your data set? What are the steps involved from your data, from your raw data to your last result? What are the steps involved? If you can see this diagram, you have to, this is called as architectural representation of the methodology. You have to build this certain kind of diagrams in your project also. Okay, so that when a person sees that, okay, this was a data set, image processing was done, then FRQ algorithm was employed, patch based analysis was then employed, then fidelity was measured, estimation was done, and then the result and analysis was summarized. In pictorial form, within 2 minutes, I can understand the background of the thing, that okay, someone has done this. Okay, so it will give you clarity. Then you will start from the very basic thing. What first thing is your data preparation. Okay, the data from where I collected from Kaggle. Okay, MRI brain imaging dataset from a comprehensive Kaggle dataset, which included these 4 categories. Okay, what are the categories you will list down? Once that is done, the second step is I employed image processing. Okay, first, what was the first step? I resized the images to 128 cross 120 because the images may be of different sizes. One image may be of 256 cross 256. One may be of 1028 cross 1028. One may be of 128 cross 128. That is a machine, right? It is not a human. It can process any kind of images randomly. We should make it comprehensive in some manner so that it processes without flawlessly, without any problem. So we have to make certain adjustments to our data set so that the machine doesn't face any problem. So what we have done, I have resized the thing. Okay, after resizing, what I have done, this was further reduced into 16 cross 16 pixels. Okay, so when you will read this thing only, you will know why I did all these things. Then there is a particular thing called as data augmentation. What is that? When your data set is very limited in size. For example, when you found out Kaggle everywhere, you found only 600 entries of data. That is a very small amount of data. Okay, so this won't be sufficient enough to train and test the model and get the desired results. Your model will underfit. Okay, it will underfit or it will overfit due to some of the other reasons, because your data set is too small, and there is also a chance that your data set may not be balanced enough. Okay, in that cases, what you will do, you will use data augmentation. Data augmentation is basically generating synthetic data. Synthetic data by means artificial data. It will take your data, it will generate the images. For example, there is one MRI image, okay, which looks like this. Okay, this is in this format, right? What data augmentation will do, it will flip this image, okay, or it will tilt this image to a particular angle, okay, or it will do certain transformations and it will generate an artificial image so that your data set number increases. Once your data set number increases, your data set will means there will be more entries for your training and testing data. Once the training and testing data proportion increases, we can then means suggest that your model will behave in a balanced manner. If the data sets are very low, it won't. Okay, so I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say. Then after image processing is done, I means the algorithm which I have used, the FRQI algorithm which I have used, I've stated that, okay, that the mathematical equations involved with it, okay, how the transformations are happening inside that FRQI algorithm, and how does the circuit look. I have means kept means listed down all these things. Okay, once that is done, what is the next step? I calculated a reference image. Means these all things are part of my methodology. Okay, so you won't understand until and unless you read the paper. Okay, I'm just trying to say that whatever things you have employed from collecting the data to achieving the results, you have to list all the things inside your proposed methodology section. Once that is done, okay, once the whole thing is done, your result and analysis section comes. In this section, what you will do, you will compare your result with the existing results, the classical techniques which you have figured out during your research. Okay, you will compare both the things. Only when you compare, a reviewer will know that okay, this thing was done, you have done this thing, okay, your work is of certain importance. So first thing is you have to compare. Okay, second thing is you have to get results, your classification results or your anything what you are doing, you should list it down in tabular format like this. Like this is my problem statement. Your problem statement may be different, and your evaluation metrics may be different. Your evaluation metrics may be the accuracy of your model, the recall score of your model. These are particular metrics. Metrics by mean, if I say in a simpler manner, what are the marks you scored in maths, what is the mark you scored in physics, what is the mark you scored in chemistry, then I average out all the things. Okay, the average is your accuracy. Okay, recall F1. Okay, there are other metrics also which gives us an idea of how good your model has given you results. Okay, these things you should know before getting into your project. Okay, then all the data analysis, you will also do certain visualizations, right? For example, if you are doing a research on air quality index, you will visualize that okay, from 2019 to 2020, this was the air quality overall index of Delhi. In the year 2021, this was means it was this. You will go on building a histogram, okay, or some line graphs or bar graphs. You will do something like that. So once all the analysis are done, okay, your results are ready, you have compared that with existing results, you will write down this section of result and analysis. Once that is also done, you will get to the conclusion and future work, that okay, you have done this much of the thing, what do you intend to do in future? Okay, what you intend to do in future. For example, I have used only MRI scans. Now I intend to also integrate biomarkers with MRI scans. Okay, MRI scans have been already done. Some or the other person surely would have done certain research by employing certain deep learning networks, but maybe my FRQI algorithm was actually, it differentiated from rest other works. I did something novel when I employed MRI, means FRQ algorithm to the MRI images. How I got to know that I should employ FRQ algorithm? Because it had achieved good results in other disease prediction or in other image processing areas. This is also image processing task. Okay, this is also image processing task. Thing is how well your algorithms perform. That determines how good your results are and how good your project is. Okay, so once the whole thing is done, last thing which you should do is list down the references in format, in this format, in APA format. Okay, there are many formats available. Chicago format is available, APA format is available, BibTeX is available. Okay, try, since you are starting out, just means include the references in APA format. Okay, this is very easily available. I can also show you. Okay, let's say I have this research paper. Okay, I'll click on this. Here a site option is already there. You just need to click here. Okay, this is AMM style, this is APA style. You just need to copy here, copy from here. Okay, and then paste it in your Word document. It's as simple as that. You don't need to worry about this particular thing of how you should cite. The thing is, first thing which you should do is should start with research. Invest maximum amount of time doing research. Once you're done with research, note it down. Use ChatGPT, do whatever you want to do, but try to get to know each and every detail from very basic thing. Try to understand all the things. Try to get acquainted with these terms, with these technical terms. When this process is done, this research thing is done, then go to GitHub and Kaggle to search for codes. In Kaggle, codes are also available. You can search both the things. Find out codes. Try to run those codes. Okay. After you run certain codes, you run certain repositories, you got to know how to run a code. Then you get into a main thing. What is your methodology and what you are trying to employ? Search for those codes in GitHub then. Okay. The second phase, which I told you, that after research, which you have to, means you need to download certain repositories from GitHub and run. That thing was basically what basically the thing was, you should learn to run a code in VS Code. Many of you will face problem in that also initially when you will start. Okay, so I'm just telling you to find out relevant codes from the project area which is assigned to you. Try to run those things normally. Okay, once you are successfully able to run 2-3 repositories, you will get idea of how you are running the code, and you will also get idea of how the algorithms are working and how you should call those functions, okay, to implement. Once that whole thing is clear, then go for your methodology which you intend to implement in your project. Take help from ChatGPT, bit help, not complete help. Take bit help from ChatGPT. Okay, form your model, form your results, do the data visualization part, do the data analysis part. Once everything is with you, then you should start writing your article or the research paper in your Word document. It will consist of abstract, introduction, related works, your proposed methodology, then your result and analysis section, your conclusion and work, and then the references. When these 7 things are done, your project will be over. And if your project is good enough, we can then target for publications. Okay, this is the whole process which I wanted to share with you. This is how research is done. These are the AI tools which you can use. I'll repeat it again. You can use Skyspace. Okay, you can use also these Google Scholar. You can use to get to know the research papers. You can use Paper AI. Okay, Paper AI. Paper AI, that is also software that will help you in writing. Okay, that will help you in writing, because there may be certain grammatical errors. Okay, that may be certain grammatical errors, and there your language may not be in an academic way, in an academic language, because research papers demand, means you, if you will write informal writing, that won't work in a research paper or in a project. Your writing should be academically aligned. So you can use this to just just reframe, not the whole thing. Okay, again, this is also an AI. You need to understand that this is also an AI, but it will just help you to refine your sentences a bit. You shouldn't do this with your whole project. Try to write it down yourself. Use Grammarly to get the basic version of Grammarly to means rectify your grammatical errors. Then use this in segments or in parts to get to know how you should write academically. Then form the whole writing and means finish your research paper. Okay, these are 3 to 4 AI tools which you can use. The first one being Skyspace, next thing being Paper AI, and you can use also Google Scholar. Okay, and similarly, when you will go on means exploring things, you will get to know about different AI tools which you can use for literature review also. Okay, you can, there are many other tools also. I know those tools also, but I won't give you all the tools because I want you also to explore certain things. Okay, if I'll spoon feed everything to you, that won't work again, that will be worthless again. So I am giving you 60%, 70% things, you do 30% things of your own, so that you get into this process, and this lifelong process you will get into the, if you get into this process, you won't face any trouble anytime in your life, because you will be self-sufficient in your work. The project assigns will be group projects, you won't have to do it individually. Okay, because our means there are certain permutation and combinations. Okay, there are 8 teams which are formed. In one team I think there are 4 members, and in one team there are 2 members. So the one team which has 2 members, I have given them a bit easy. Okay, and the all the rest other team, 6 teams, they consist of three members. So their project is good, means from intermediate to difficult level it is there. And the one which who are 4 members, because one member was just segregating out, I just added him into that group. That is also equivalent to a 3-member group project only. Okay, so all the projects are none of them are actually easy. Okay, all of them are from intermediate to difficult level, because these are direct problem statements from reputed hackathons. Okay, if you work on this, one impactful project will be listed down in your resume. And one of your worrying things that many people have, that their resume is blank. Okay, your resume won't be blank anymore if you do this particular thing. Okay, there are other things also which I will say you. Okay, not now. I think say you during January or February. Okay, there is a certain means website called Data Camp, from where you can also learn machine learning and data science. Okay, that is actually means completely paid, but you can use your student ID card to redeem GitHub subscription. Okay, GitHub student developers pack, which you can use to get free access to that, and you can learn for 3 months. Okay, so that I will tell you eventually, because you have a 2-3 months gap in during your summer time also. So I want you to utilize during that time. If you will subscribe now and you won't be able to complete within 3 months, then it will be waste again. So I will let you know all those things later as we progress. For now, for time being, this is the thing which you should follow. Okay, I hope you got some clarity. Yeah, I hope you got some clarity. If it is okay, you can speak up, or you can react, or you can do anything. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Any doubts you can ask if you have. If there was any confusion regarding what you should do and how you should approach, you can ask me now only. Because these are important things which you need to know before proceeding to anything. Without knowing all these things, if you just get into a project, you will face difficulties for sure. Okay, I don't want you all to get into trouble without knowing anything. Okay, so yeah, so is there any doubt? Anyone, any doubts? Okay, so everything is clear to you. So okay, that's very good, that's very nice then. So if everything is clear, I will give you the project on 31st when all our sessions are over. I don't want to disturb you now. I want you all to refer to the whatever things we have studied yesterday. Revise that thing again. Okay, revise that thing again. Get to know all the things. Be clear in your ideas regarding decision trees, random forest, and all those things, because those are conceptually important. You will means face these questions as you progress. So revise that again. Be clear in whatever things is taught till now. Okay, actually I'm deleting the videos after one day, because my drive space is also getting consumed. I don't have much space in my drive. So after one day I'm actually removing it. But don't worry, all these sessions will be uploaded to our GDG YouTube channel also, so you can refer this anytime uh, after our sessions end. It will be posted after 31st, I guess, most probably. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so these are certain things which will be done after some while. Okay, so tomorrow we will again shift to our unsupervised learning. We will get to study those algorithms, and then on 31st we will get to learn some basics of image processing. Okay, and then maybe a brief idea about NLP if we have time. Okay, I will tell a brief thing about that also. So these are the things which we will complete on 31st. All our sessions will be completed. Okay, and 31st itself I will send you that maybe a Excel sheet or a Word document with the team, your team members and your project, what project you are assigned. Okay, after that you can start with your research, and then we'll look into it. Then we'll look into all the things as you progress with your projects. I need a report from you all every 15 days. I think every 15 days you should inform me of how much you have progressed with your project. Okay, inform me, either me or my co-lead. You can inform what how you have progressed, and then I want certain feedback, certain insights from you as well, that how much you are exploring the things and how things are getting clearer to you or not. I want to know all these things regularly from you, 15 to 20 days. Okay, 15 to keep updating me. Okay, any doubts, ask me. I'm there, always available for you. As I said you in the group, I've told time and again that whatever doubts you have anytime, you can ask me directly. So start doing. You have 3 months of time. I give you time till March to complete your project. January, February, March, 3 months is enough. Okay, you can spend one full month on only research. Then you can utilize the rest 2 months for your coding part and your writing part. So within 3 months, I hope you will get clarity of everything and your project should be ready. After that, we will review. Okay, since the VTOP members will be graded according to the projects. Okay, so they have a grading criteria also. So by March mid we will be stopping with all these things. Once all your projects are done, again then we will see which projects are good actually, so we can go for publication if you want. That is your wish completely. If you want to go for publication, then we have to sit again and we have to discuss all the things. That will take a bit more time, because you have to frame your Word document in the LaTeX format, which you have seen now. If you have seen my document, you have to form in that manner so that we can file it for publication. So that is a prior thing. A whole summer vacation is there for all those things. So don't worry about all these things. Main thing what you need to do now is, when I'll assign you projects, you should start researching. You have 3 months of time. I need your projects completed by March. I don't want to get into the April month, because April month you will have your lab FATs, as well as by April end we are starting with our FAT examinations. So I don't want to disturb you during the April month. You can apply for any hackathons or anything after this thing when you complete your project once. Okay, once you complete your projects, you can apply for hackathons also. Maybe you can win some hackathons also, because projects will be socially impactful. You won't go in vain. You may or may not win. I cannot guarantee you that, but I can guarantee you a thing that will be socially impactful. Some or the other way, it will help you anytime. And you can also list in your resume now only that you are working on the project. You can just mention it, uh, January 2025 to present in your resume. That means wherever you are applying, recruiter will know that you are currently working on this project. The resume won't be blank if some people's resume are blank. Okay, so try to do all these things. Try to keep in account certain these kind of things. Okay, uh, and try to learn the algorithms which I have told you yesterday, so that you are clear in that, and we can start with unsupervised learning from tomorrow onwards. Okay, so yeah, thank you all for your time. If you have any doubts, you can stay back or you can leave.